Hey, welcome back to MVP Hot Wheels. This is Diesel Mac, and I have the Monte Carlo Stalker and the Torino Stalker in front of us just so I can show you some of the key differences. They do share the same base. Sometimes they get mistaken for each other, maybe because of that, but there are, the casting, the body itself is pretty different. So I figured I'd just go ahead and do a little video showing that it did share the same base, but some of the other features that are different that you could look for if you're looking for either one of these particular castings. So the Monte Carlo Stalker in yellow, right here. We'll get this to focus. There we go. Doesn't have the little hood scoop, so that's probably one of the easiest things to discern. And it doesn't have the rear spoiler either. It does have the little back window. So those are some things that you can look at and go, okay, that's the Monte Carlo Stalker or the lowdown, to make it pretty easy. That's usually what I'm looking for, is one of those three features. It does, like I said, share that same base. So if we pull this one up here, you can see we've got exactly the same base, and even up into that front part where they cast it. So the whole base is exactly the same. It's just the body that sits on it. And pretty cool racers. These did come out, both of these come out with red lines, and then were carried through into the 80s, as these probably were. These probably early or late 70s and the early 80s. Then it got the name change to Lowdown for the Monte Carlo Stalker and stuff. So, but there's some of the differences. We'll show this one a little closer since I did show the Monte Carlo Stalker. Like I said, this one does have the hood scoop, so through the hood, no window back there, and this one has that spoiler on the back. So, but these are pretty cool. Some of these are pretty tough to find in really good condition. You can see this one even has a couple of chippies there, like there in that back corner. So this is actually pretty decent condition for this casting. Same thing for the Monte Carlo Stalker. These older ones are pretty tough. This does have a different yellow. You can get a light or lemon yellow in this one, which also kind of makes it fun to collect that casting, get some shade variances there. And like I said, these both came with red lines. And again, tough to find these in really good condition. You really don't see too many on a package. So if you got one on a package in any shape or form, that is those pretty hard to come by. Get yourself something pretty special there, I would say. Like I said, you don't see that come up very often. I believe I got this one from Shane. I'm not sure about the other one. I had that one for a little while, but it did take a while to get some pretty decent car, that in that kind of shape, I guess. Pretty decent shape. But there you go. There's the Monte Carlo Stalker and the Torino Stalker, and some of the differences to look for just in case you get confused. Sometimes I mix them up every once in a while, but those are the things, like I said, I look for that will show that difference and make it a little bit easier for you guys when you're out in the wild hunting these cars down. So if you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want, head over to the MVP Hot Wheels website. These cars are definitely on there, and you can add them to your collection list there if you're a subscriber, and it's only $5 a month. All right, thanks guys, bye.